I'm going to explain some anatomical terms, and there seems to be some confusion between, especially between anterior and ventral and posterior and dorsal. Now, let's look at what is meant by these terms. Anterior means towards the front of the body, and posterior means towards the back of the body. So, for example, you would say that your nose is anterior, whereas the hair on your head is posterior. Now, the terms ventral and dorsal are more or less synonymous with anterior and posterior. So, anterior is equal to ventral and posterior is equal to dorsal in most situations. The terms ventral and dorsal are actually used initially during fetal life, and in fetal life, ventral is a term used when any structure is present towards the front, and dorsal is used when any structure is present towards the back. Now, these terms remain the same. So, if a structure changes its position, so initially, if the structure was ventral, it meant it faced front. But when the person is born, if now that ventral structure turned and faced towards the back, it still remains ventral. So, you can see then that in adult's life, ventral and anterior do not always correspond. Now, to explain this further, let me just show you a little drawing. So, let's say this is a fetus, and these are the limb buds as the fetus is growing. And so this is the upper limb bud, and this is the trunk area up here, and then this is the lower limb bud. So this is the front. So let's say this is the anterior. What I'm showing you, what you're looking at, is the anterior part of the fetus, or also we can also call it the ventral part of the fetus, because in fetal life these were synonymous. Every part of the body which was anterior could also be called ventral because it faced the front. Now, in the upper limb, this area here would form the arm. This part here would form the elbow. This part here would form the forearm, and this would of course be the hand. So as we are looking at it from the front, so this is the front of the arm. Up here in the elbow region, this is where the fold of your elbow, that little dip in your elbow is, that's where it would be. And then this is the front of your forearm, and of course this part would become the palm. So this area here would be the palm, because that's facing in front. In the leg, this part is the thigh, this part here is the knee, this here is the leg, and then this is the foot. So in fetal life, this of course would be the front of the thigh. This area here at the knee, this would be the little fold in your knee. In fetal life, this area is where the fold in your knee, which corresponds to the fold in the elbow. This is the front of this would be the leg. This part here would be the leg. And then this, let's say, would be the sole. Now, what happens in fetal life is that there is a rotation which occurs. So the limbs, the upper limb buds just rotate. They grow and then they rotate and come to lie by the side of the body. So now in an adult, so let me just show you the adult. So if I'm just going to draw one side. So if this is the adult this way, up here, so you can see that here we have the arm, and then this is the region of the elbow, and then this is the region of the forearm, and this is the palm here. So you can see that everything remains the same. The front of the arm looks in front, the elbow, the fold of the elbow faces in front, the front of the forearm in fetal life corresponds to the front of the forearm in adult life, and the palm still faces in front in the anatomical position. Now the lower limbs, that's another story. So let's just change this and let's look again at the fetus. So here, fetus, so this was the upper limb, here, and I'm drawing the fetus as seen from the front. So this is the region of the trunk. The trunk too, in adult life, the front of the trunk remains the same. So, in fetal life, your umbilical region was anterior. In adult life too, it is anterior. Now here we have the legs, the lower limbs developing. So this. Now the rotation in the lower limbs is slightly different. They rotate to come to lie close to each other. So they rotate this way. But it's not a simple rotation which occurs like in the upper arm. Instead, there is actually a twisting which occurs. So this part twists from this area, from about the lower part of the thigh. The lower limb twists in such a manner that what was present facing in front, in other words, the ventral surface, now twists and goes towards the back. So the ventral surface faces the back, and the dorsal surface, so let me use another color, the dorsal surface which was facing the back in fetal life, that now comes and looks in front. Okay, so if I could just show you from the side, so imagine we are looking at the limb, at a fetal limb from the side. So this is the thigh, that's the knee, that's the part is the knee, and then that's the leg, and then let me just say that area is the foot. So this part here is all this part in blue. You're looking at it from the side. So this is anterior and this is posterior. So all of this is anterior and all of this is posterior. Now the twisting occurs at this point. So in adult life, what happens is that in the upper part of the thigh, the anterior and ventral remain the same. You can see that they remain the same. But then the twisting occurs so that from the knee downwards, what was present posteriorly now comes to the anterior part. So this one lies now anteriorly. And what was present up here, the ventral part, now that lies towards the back. I hope that kind of explains it a little bit. So you can see there's a little twisting that has occurred. So let's now draw the adult. So if you look at the adult lower limb, I'm drawing it off from one side. So that's the thigh. This area is the knee. This is the leg. And then up here, of course, is the foot. So here, when you see in fetal life, the hollow of the knee was facing anteriorly, but now the hollow of the knee is present towards the back. The front of the leg up here, this was the front of the leg, this was facing, which we say was ventral or anterior. So you can see the ventral part of the front of the leg, the ventral part of the front of the leg was facing in front, but now the ventral part of the leg is actually gone towards the back and the dorsal part has come in towards the front. So that's why in the lower limb, from the knee downwards, the anterior and ventral and posterior and dorsal do not mean the same thing. Anterior always means any structure that faces in front. So now all of these structures which are present here, they all face in front. So we still call all of this the anterior surface. But embryologically, these were really not, they were the ones that were present at the back. So these are also known as dorsal structures. The part which is at the back, all the structures at the back, like the hollow of the knee and everything else, those are known as posterior because they face the back, but they are the original ventral surfaces. So you can see from the knee downwards, anterior is equal to dorsal and posterior is equal to ventral. So those are the two terms which are a little different for the body. Everywhere else, anterior is the same as ventral and posterior is the same as dorsal, except from the knee downwards. So that's why we say they don't always mean the same thing, because in the lower limb, from the knee downwards, they mean different things. So this is something that I really need you to understand.